and welcome back to another episode of the Nasty Talks. If you're new to our podcast, make sure to give it a like, a subscribe, a share, whatever you wish, and get ready because today we are having a very interesting guest. Welcome, Alexandra. Welcome to the Nasty Talks.
Hi, Nico, and hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the great opportunities. I'm really glad to be here because I've been hearing lots of podcasts of yours and I love the topic. So thank you again.
Yeah, thank you as well. I'm really happy that you like the podcast. So yeah, I think what I want to know and what everybody wants to know is, who are you?
Well, I am Alexandra and apparently I live in Denmark in Odense and I'm 24. I was born in Ukraine, but I was raised in Hungary since I'm 5 years old. It's kind of interesting because I got two kind of cultures to my head. So I'm really considering myself an interesting person because I think I will talk about it later, how it is with my family, what they are expecting from me relationship-wise. And yeah.
So when you say that you lived in Ukraine, it's because like you were born there and then your parents moved to Hungary?
Yes, but actually I visited Ukraine 3 times per year because my very best friends are from there and my family, my grandparents, my cousins. So I spent there a lot of time also in the summertime. So yeah, I feel like when I say I'm going home to Ukraine. Really interesting, actually.
And isn't it hard right now with what is going on?
Well, it is mostly economically because people are really poor there. Also, the stores are empty. Actually, I'm really glad for them because there is no danger at the moment. So no one is going there and shoot them or bother them. The most problem that many soldiers are coming to the place where they live and they take all the young men to the war. And many of my my cousins or my friend's husband, they are just moving to Hungary and stay there for a while.
So they don't have to go to war.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's so sad, but what can we do? Yeah. I'm just sending the positive energy. And actually it's really interesting because I felt many times that there is a war in my country and I'm here in Denmark and I'm having fun. And I was like punishing myself like, oh my God, you have to be sad and you have to be desperate about the topic. And then I was like, okay, if I'm sitting home and I'm being sad in my room, like it will not change anything.
No, nothing will happen. But I get your feeling. In my sense, I was not close to anybody in Ukraine, so I cannot really say that it was because of that. But I could feel that pain. And I was also, thinking, should I do a podcast right now because of Ukraine? And I didn't. Should I go and party because of what's happening? No, and I didn't. So it's just a feeling of solidarity and being there for the people mentally, but also you can't really do that for the rest of your life, just changing your life because of other people are in pain. Yeah,
I really agree with you. I remember when it started, it became so much better weather here in Denmark. Yeah. So I was just so happy for the weather and like just go out and take a nice walk or go for a run. And I always had to remind myself like, oh, you idiot, like you have to be sad because there's a war in Ukraine. And then I realized that, okay, this is not going to change anything. So that's why we collected lots of donations and helped. Actually, in my workplace came 56 Ukrainian people. So we were helping them a lot to settle down and translate because I speak Ukrainian. So
yeah. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. So you are doing whatever you can, to help them. And
exactly.
And then you shouldn't really blame yourself for, wanting to go outside and enjoy the sun because in Denmark we have too little of that actually. So
that's so true.
Yeah. But that is really nice. How old are you?
I'm 24 on my passport, but I feel myself actually a lot older. I don't know why.
I think it's maybe because of the personality or maybe the fact that you have more knowledge than other people do at that age.
Yeah.
Or experience, life experience also. Because it is, I would say, a really big deal, to be international in the sense, to like have a culture in Ukraine, the culture in Ukraine, the culture in Hungary, and now, the culture in Denmark. So you're like multicultural in that sense. I think that says a lot about somebody's experience and maturity also. So I think that's really cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And when did you move to Denmark?
I moved here 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago. So I'm quite adapted to the situation. It was actually a bit hard because of Corona. And I really wanted to enjoy my freshman year, but we were sitting home.
Yeah, so. You were sitting home with your laptop and just like...
It was so sad actually, but that's how it is. Now I really like to be here. I really settled down. Also, my hobby work is I'm a handball referee.
Yeah.
So last year I couldn't really do anything because it was Corona, but this year actually we finished this season. And I whistled the whole season now in Denmark. And I'm really proud of myself because you really have to have the balls for be a referee here in Denmark.
Yeah. Also being a referee in Denmark, but I guess also being a referee while also being a girl in the same time. Isn't it more like a guy's sport?
Yeah. Okay, so I am able to whistle both women and men game.
Yeah.
But lately I was whistling all the tough man game where is a lot of emotion because of course both of the team wants to win. And then imagine there are 2 teams of male players. The coaches are male. The other coaches are male too. My referee partner is male. And I'm the only little girl who is so skinny.
The one with the whistle. You're the one with the whistle, actually.
I think it's so funny, but I learned to deal with that. Of course, the first game I was like, okay, I'm so shy and don't really talk to me. But I learned like it's really easy to deal with men because when you whistle a woman's game, you can't make any jokes because they are kind of bitches to you.
Yeah.
They hate you. But when I remember on my last game, some player was pulling each other's jersey and I went to the player. I said like, do you like his jersey? And he said, no. I said like, okay, then why do you want to take it off? And they were laughing so much and like, you can solve just with a little joke.
Yeah.
Lots of problems. They actually accepted me. Yeah. But my main problem is anytime I go to whistle a game, I get a tons of messages afterwards on Instagram or either on Facebook. And the most painful part that, when we are handball referee, you want to perform, you want to be really good.
Yeah.
And then they are texting you about the way you look. Like, damn girl, I saw your game tonight and like you look so hot. And it hurts so bad for me because like they don't tell that you made a good job, you were a good referee, like you were a nice girl on the court. Who cares?
Yeah, you want to be professional and then you're not seen for that. You're seen for how hot you are, which is also a compliment, but it's not what you're looking for.
Of course, who doesn't like to be complimented of appearance? Because I think it's a lie when someone says like, I don't care, because it makes you smile and it makes you feel so good. But they never compliment my work.
No.
This is so stupid. I actually really don't like to be a kind of woman on the court. I like to be the part of the sport, the professional one. I also
you don't want to have a gender necessarily when working.
And it happened with me once. I was in Spain on a beach handball tournament, and we had a coach. He was coming to us, to my partner and me, before the game, that he wants to take me out for a drink. And I was like, okay, let's play the game and move on.
Yeah.
And apparently he was following me during the game, that he really wants to take me out for a drink. And I stopped the time and I said to him like, hey, this is a TV game and like you're making so stupid of yourself. So like you have to stop it. And I didn't really care much about it. But when the chairman saw the game, she said like, okay, I need to stop this. And the guy got punished by 1,000 or 2,000 euros. I don't really remember.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really, really nice.
And
he really deserves it.
There really felt like we are not, sportsmen. We are men and women. And I was, in the hierarchy.
And the hierarchy, yeah. So you were sort of put down by him because he was trying to be macho and he wanted to take you out. Yeah, that's not really nice, when you're trying to do your job and you're trying to be professional. And then these kind of people, they don't really understand it. They just, they want their cookie and they really want it now. And you're like, no, I'm not your cookie. I'm a fucking referee.
Exactly. So, well, it was also like an experience, what I learned from.
Yeah.
also to stand up for myself, because I really didn't do. And yeah, that was so stupid of me.
I guess, just by experiencing stuff like that, you get better at dealing with it, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, but what about your sex life? How is your sex life? Or
at the moment?
Yes, at the moment, yes.
Well, I know a Danish saying is "stille og rolig," what means like
it's flat. Yeah. Or still like nothing happens.
Yeah, it's like easy.
Yeah.
Because at the moment I had a relationship a year ago, and it was a toxic, abusing relationship. So when we broke up, I felt like, okay, I really need to heal.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to get into anything before I know that I got back to the old myself, if I can say it like that.
Or even better, I think from these kind of situations, anything abusive, anything that gets you out of yourself, that in the end, you're going to grow to be even better than you were before.
That's basically true, but you just have to give you a lot of time. Like I thought many times that, okay, now I'm ready and I'm healed. And then something happened and I was like, oh, okay, it's not gone yet. So
no, I mean, it is about time, but it's also about working on it. You need to work with yourself. For example, you were in a relationship and you sort of lost yourself because of the person, then you need to find yourself again. How do you do that? I guess you just find different hobbies, different things, small achievements, that make you happy. And then by doing that more and more and more, then you become happier with yourself and you become you again. And then that you is even a you that is improved because you have more experiences and more knowledge that you had before.
Yeah, I really agree with this. Also because you said the part that you have to love yourself again.
Yeah.
Especially in this relationship. I remember that my ex-boyfriend, he was sick and I really wanted to help him because I loved him and I really wanted him to feel good and be healthy again.
Yes.
I was taking care so much of him that I didn't care about myself anymore and I just forgot to love myself. I forgot to please myself with different things. And this is not healthy. If a relationship should be like this, then it's not a good relationship, in my opinion.
No, I think you both have to put more or less equal energy into the relationship to make it work. Otherwise, it's just abuse, I would say.
Yeah. And I remember when we broke up, he said to me, like, I really miss the old Alexandra. And I said to him, like, damn boy, I miss it too, but you killed her, so I need to fight her again.
Yeah.
But about my sex life, well, of course, everyone has those one-night stands period after a breakup. But I feel at the moment like I'm really ready for something, to share. And like I'm really ready to be loved and to love and get all this.
So you feel like you're ready for a new relationship.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And that's why it sounds a bit cliche, but like I'm keeping myself.
Oh, that's good. No, but it's good. I think it's good, to not let yourself just do whatever and go and, have sex with whoever you find in the moment, because it's just about creating this expectation for yourself that you can do better and you can, get whoever you want to, and then not settle for somebody that is just, unimportant, and just find that person that you want to be with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes it more real also for you and makes it better when you actually find that person. I think that's why, in the past they were also saying that girls should, keep themselves for the right guy. It is because of that. It's because of the expectations that we have and how we, perceive that relationship. Because if you are having sex every day, at some point you're going to be you're not going to need sex that much, right?
Yeah, you're burning out.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with relationships. It's the same with feelings. I guess it's the same with everything that we do. Yeah.
I don't know, is it the same with you? But I feel like I'm a bit grew out of one night stands because when I'm having sex, I want to enjoy too. I know that many guys, they don't have to do so much effort in it to make themselves come and whatever. Yeah. But like I'm a woman who also like sex, and I want the guy to pleasure me, and I want to have the equal quality of sex. I want to have the same sex with him than he has with me, right?
Yeah.
So I really need a connection for that. Like I don't say we have to meet 50 times before, but like just to have something.
Yeah, just to get to know that person
Exactly.
In that sense,
and I want, to feel that I trust him and he knows what I want. He's a real man in the bed who is like able to break my bed.
He's not like one of those pussies, that just go in there, have fun, and they come and then that's it. They leave.
Once I slept with a guy, and before that I was faking orgasm. Mm-hmm. And I think this is something what every girl should.
Yeah, we all do that at some point.
Yeah, and it's really sad. And after that, I promised to myself, I'm not gonna fake this. And then I had a guy, and he asked, like, did you come? And I said, do you think I came? and then he asked me that, oh, okay, so you can't come. And I said, like, well, not like this. And then he said to me that, oh, do you have that sickness? And I was like, do I have sickness because you can't pleasure me? Like,
oh my
seriously,
God.
So this is my fault. I was in shock. I never met that guy, actually.
No. Like, obviously, you shouldn't have meet him afterwards. Like, what the hell? Oh, do you have a sickness? Why can't you come?
Because you're bad in the bed, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God. Oh my God. I hope you don't, get that phrase again ever in bed, because that's so fucking wrong.
Me too. Like, it was kind of my fault that he couldn't make me come.
Yeah. Obviously, you were... I mean, sometimes, it is because women are in their heads and then they cannot come because, they think about it too much. But if the guy also knows what he's doing and he kind of asks you, is this okay? Do you like this? Is it like this that you want it or whatever? And he actually goes down on you and pleasures you in other ways than just with his dick, then it's definitely you're gonna get there or close to it anyways.
I have a friend and he said to me that those guys are good in bed who listens.
Yeah.
And this is, it's true.
It's very true,
if any guy listens to our podcast, please listen.
Yes, please listen. And listen to the things that we don't actually say directly, because we women are bad at, like saying things as they are. We just put like small cues there. We just like, throw it somewhere in the corner and then we just wait for them to pick it up like dogs. And, I think they have to also listen to our body and how we move and what we do to figure out, if we are close to coming or if they should change something.
Exactly.
I think that's how it works.
Damn, I would be a really good guy if I would be a man.
Yeah, because we are detail oriented. So then we look at these things, through another spectrum. And they don't even realize. Like if you tell them that, did you see that flowers that we passed by that they were pink? It was like, were there flowers where we passed by, like stuff like that. They don't pay attention.
Some men are so simple and we so much overthink.
Yeah, we overthink. We're so complex in that sense. And it's a curse. Yes. It's a curse.
Yes, agree.
Yeah.
You don't have a button to switch it off.
No. Okay, so you've had an ex-boyfriend when you moved to Denmark, right?
So I had a Danish boyfriend while I lived in Hungary.
Yeah.
But we were in a long distance relationship. And then I moved here to Denmark and I got a Danish boyfriend again. So probably that's my fate.
Yeah.
Danish guys.
Yes, you're supposed to be with a Dane. For sure.
Yeah. But the long distance relationship, it was actually quite interesting to experience because I've never had something like that. And of course it has their pros and their cons. But as you said, when you have sex all the time, it's not good, right?
Yeah, you don't even value it. You don't even put effort into it because you can get it whenever.
Yeah. And then with my ex-boyfriend, we met in every month. And like, we were looking so much to meet each other. You can imagine.
Of course.
And it made it really exciting. He was like buying me a lot of stuffs, vibrator or kind of massage oil, what turns me on. And I loved it. I'm telling you, like this was one of my best sex experiences of the life. Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, I think it is like that because you don't have it all the time. So then you value it so much more, when you actually get it. And it's more special. And it's actually super nice that he was putting so much effort into making it even better.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And he was one of the guys who, of course, he wanted to pleasure me. So like he made it possible with different things. He knew that I don't like this and this and this. So he found another way to...
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
So
I'm really
thoughtful.
grateful for that. Yeah. I learned so many things from our relationship. So
that's really, really nice. Yeah. But what about your other relationships? Did you have any relationships in Hungary with maybe a Hungarian guy?
Yes, I had, and it's really interesting to date to see what are the differences between a Danish and the Hungarian guy, because I think dating in Hungary it goes in a traditional way, like there is no possibility that you go out for a date and you have to split the bill, or
no, the guys will always pay,
you have to pay, or something like that. And I was like actually really surprised here in Denmark, and not because I'm a gold digger.
No.
And I don't have money for a cup of coffee or a beer.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a gesture that, he really appreciates your time, that you came and like you want to spend time together and whatever. And I was like actually really surprised when I went out for a date and we had to split 2 coffee.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, especially because sometimes it's also awkward if at the cashier, they put it together and then one of them, like, you have to pay, and then he's gonna say, "Oh, I'll mobile pay you," or something. Like, he's gonna give you the money afterwards.
It's
so
not
awkward.
Really a man.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's boy, and I don't want boys, right?
No, yeah, I know how it is. Like, here they just want to be equal, one with each other, women with men. But in that sense, it's a nice gesture from the guy to pay. I would like that most of the times, and it's not because I don't have money. I do, and I do like to pay for myself most of the times, but I think it's just the gesture. It's not about the money, it's about the gesture.
Exactly.
And how it looks. And men are supposed to take care of women. That's their role in life. That comes from old times, from when we were in caves, and then the men would take care of the woman. It's like the same now. It should be the same now, but we are trying to make men and women equal, which is okay. But it's also wrong in the sense that we are ruining men's purposes. Because then what do they do if they don't take care of us?
I actually, you said exactly the same thing I wanted. Yeah. Like, I don't say that women's tasks are standing in the kitchen and raise the kids or whatever. No. But women needs to be taken care of. We need that. We need someone to open the jar. And it's not because we could not do... by ourselves, but we need a man for that, right?
Yeah.
And I do agree with you. And this society, especially here in Denmark, it really kills it. I remember, like, with my ex-boyfriend, I was always really wanting to get flowers. And I know it's like, again, a traditional thing. And he never got for me. And I asked him, like, hey, why you don't get me some flowers? Like, I really want. And he said, like, yeah, this is so stupid and flowers are gonna die. And like,
so what if they're gonna die? Like, right. You're not the one to judge what happens with the flowers. You're the one to buy them.
Yeah, and it was also kind of like the equality they didn't want to ruin. So, of course, I got flowers for my birthday, but I didn't get, like, just...
random flowers.
Yeah, my father gives to my mom.
Oh, your father gives to your mom. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
They're so romantic.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Every week.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. I also I agree with you. I also love flowers, and I also want to get flowers. And it was the same with my ex-boyfriend. He didn't want to buy me flowers. And I even asked, but why don't you buy me? Like, I like flowers. Like, why don't you buy me flowers? He was like, but what's the point of, buying flowers? Like,
exactly.
We are together, like, that I love you. You know that I'm with you. Why do I have to buy you flowers? But it's just about it's just so nice, Like, what if I just give you a foot massage? That's also nice, right? Or like a bag, or like a back rub. Yeah. Or something. That's nice, right? It's just the gesture of it. It's not because it costs money. You can literally just go out and pick it up in the spring, and from
that's my thing too. Like, he doesn't have to give me a bouquet. It's just one piece of flower.
It can be one. Yeah, it can be a gross, as you say. It doesn't have to. Yeah.
So here in Denmark, I really experienced that we don't get those traditional things. And when I'm in a relationship, I'm really clingy. I like to be touched, and I like to touch and things like that. And the Danish guys are not like that. They are like, give me my own space.
Yeah, they are.
Interesting.
It probably also depends on the person, obviously. It's hard to generalize, but I think as an overall, it is in their culture to do that, to like have their own space and be more cold, right?
We have a saying in Hungarian that Scandinavian people are cold fishes. And
cold fishes.
Yeah, and this is... I'm so agree with that. It's really hard to, to dig to their soul and like to actually... to see what are their emotions, because they are just closing down so often, and then I'm the person who says everything out loud. Anything I think, I just say it, and I don't really care about
all
what
your
others
emotions.
think.
You just like explode and feelings, and then they are there, closed, almost grumpy. Yeah.
Agree.
So this is like something more that you've experienced, but what do you think are more like general things that are different between Danish and Hungarian guys?
General things,
yeah. Because something that you maybe didn't experience, but you have seen in other people.
Okay, I really feel here in Denmark that many people are in a relationship, and they're not in the relationship because they found, the right one they could not live without, but they're just with someone to be with someone. I don't know if you have experienced that, but I also, just from my ex-boyfriend's friends, I saw like they are so bored of each other, and like they just don't want to break up, because then they are gonna get single, and like they have to move separately, and
it's about the money.
So
also
superficial.
It is.
And my colleagues, they always ask me like, oh, Alexandra, I have a guy for you, and I can set you together. And I always tell like, hey, I don't want to be with someone just to be with someone, and then I rather be single. I don't give a fuck about that. There is nothing to be ashamed of. I really want to find someone, the one I know that I cannot wake up without the day after, or I don't know.
Yeah.
So my thought here about Danish guys.
I feel like they do that a lot, and it's because it's easier to live together. If you live two people, you're a couple, you get rent, easier. It's not that expensive. Also, sharing food is cheaper. And also, if you get used to a person, it's hard to break up with them if you're not happy anymore, because of the fact that you're used to being with them. And, having that company, having that, safe net almost, like.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I know lots of guys who've been like flirting with me and wanting me, and then they have a relationship, and I always say like, you have a girlfriend waiting for you home, and how dare you do things like that? You'd be so lucky I don't text her. Yeah. And I think it's, if a person who loves you does something like that, he doesn't love you, in my opinion.
No, I agree. It's just, I think that happens everywhere. It's not just in Denmark, but people do cheat a lot, and it's because they don't love each other that much, or that spark has died, but then they still want to be with each other because there's some things that keep them together. Like maybe they live together, maybe they share their income, or maybe they have a kid, or there's a lot of reasons that can be, but it's not really a healthy reason for staying together and being unhappy and wishing to be with somebody else, and seeing another person, I don't know, in the city or whatever, and wanting to be with that person because that person is different, is more full of life, is that novelty factor that gets you in.
Yeah, but it's also, I think, when someone is cheating on the other, it sounds more interesting, the person they cannot get.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because, they have their own issues. And then most of the times when somebody cheats on somebody else, is not because of the other person, that the other person is doing something wrong, is that this person that is cheating has some issues that they need to fix. Yeah, I guess it's most of the times like that. But what about your sex life? When did you start your sex life?
Yeah, actually, we had a talk before, and I think you misunderstood me, because I started sex life in an okay time, like when all the teenagers does. Yeah. But I started dating really late, because I was just not interested to get a boyfriend. I didn't really care about that.
No.
And it was really interesting because all my friends had it, and my mom was meeting them, and she always asked me like, when are you gonna get a boyfriend so I can meet him? And first she thought like I'm having a secret boyfriend, and I said like, no mom, I'm just studying and doing my handball career. So I didn't really have time for that. And then at the end, my mom was just suspicious of me being a lesbian. So, yeah.
But that was not the case.
No,
not
at all. I was just, as I said, I was waiting for the best one, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be with someone.
Yeah. No, of course. But have you ever had an experience where you found yourself that maybe you could be attracted to a girl, or you were attracted to a girl?
Yeah. Actually, I had a period before I moved to Denmark where I felt like this is summer and I'm gonna try out all the new opportunities I will get.
That's very bold.
And I had the opportunity to sleep with a girl, and I felt like I haven't tried this, and what if I am really attracted to women? Yeah, so I did. And my experience about that girls know what girls want. Yeah,
that's true.
So I didn't regret it, but it also made me realize that I'm not into girls.
No.
Yes.
But that's really nice, that you took the decision and you actually did it. We all, I think, wonder about a lot of things in life. And then if you actually try those things, then you don't have to wonder anymore. You don't have to have that void between reality and imagination. Then you know it.
I'm actually really this kind of person. If I want to know something, I will go after and I will take the chance. Also, here in Denmark, it really teaches me that sometimes Danish guys are really shy. They are really shy.
Yeah.
So I remember there was a guy I really liked for months, and then once I just texted him like, "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee together or something?" And he was like, "Of course."
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah.
And I've never done something like that, but afterwards, it just became so natural to me. Like, I did so many times afterwards.
So I think it's also about, getting a positive feedback to what you're doing. Maybe so if you ask that guy out and he was like really happy and really surprised about it in a good sense, then you got more initiative to do it more often because you realize that it's actually a really cool thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And I also felt like, what if he says no? What will happen? It doesn't gonna ruin my life or anything. No. I took the chance. I can be proud of myself. I can inspire my friends because they were doing the same afterwards, and they said like, "Damn, this is so easy. Why do I have to wait for
the guy?"
Yeah, when I can take the chance to.
No, exactly. Well, I mean, you can take the chance, but most of the times it does happen that the guys. It's different for the guys if they take the initiative. If for them it's like that hunt. They need to hunt you. Yeah. They need to like get you. Which it's nice when you're asking them because you can be direct and you can get over with it faster. But sometimes I think there is a need for guys to also do it, or some of the things, like, of course you say, let's go for a coffee, but the next time, you go out, then you wait for him to ask you, since you asked the first time.
Definitely. And I experienced this shyness lately. And when it comes that you have to do it again.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure because he doesn't like me, because I think he does. But when you have to do and you have to force, you are just kind of losing your interest because you want to feel a woman and you want him to be a man. And as you said, like, just come after me and hunt me and take me and, make me feel that I'm important and you want me. And I really felt that, okay, he doesn't want to meet me. Like, I can't ask 3-4 times.
Yeah.
I also have my values.
Yeah, because it seems like he's not interested if he doesn't, ask you also. But what is your type in a guy? Or do you have a type?
It's funny because I thought I don't have a type, but I had 3 boyfriends and all of them are blonde and light-haired, and I think I'm in the best place of the world to get blonde and light-eyed guys, because
in Denmark all of them are,
but it's of course when it comes to appearance, but I don't really care. I never go for a guy because he's blonde or whatever. But it's more about personality, like having the same values in the life. I'm not that person who, for example, if I go for a holiday, I never go to a exclusive resort and like sitting inside the hotel next to the pool all the time. I'm also like more just to go experience, and so like having the same values. Also, for me, it's really important to have the same love language, because with my ex-boyfriend, we didn't have the same. So he didn't like to be touched that much as I am. And as I mentioned, I'm really clingy, and I want him to tell me every 5 minutes that he loves me.
Yeah, and you want the cuddles, and you want the hugs, and the kisses, and everything.
Yeah. And when he doesn't like, and I didn't say like he doesn't love me, it's just not his way of express love. And for example, I'm not only like this when it's about romantic relationship. I am also the same with my friends and with my family. Of course, I don't kiss them, but you know, like I like. I mean,
you hug them. Yeah.
So for me, this is also really important.
Well, you know that they say that this like this love language. You know, your love language is touching. I don't know if that was one of them. I know that one of them is like with the gifts, that you give gifts. Another one is like words of affirmation. And then yours, I think, is more like touching and feeling the love through, physical contact.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I'm also a bit like crazy in my head. So I think it's nice when we have matching with our crazy heads.
Yeah, you have matching personalities in that sense, right?
I really hate to be bored and I'm doing stupid things and saying jokes and saying stupid things. And I like when someone has the same personalities.
I get you, because in my last relationship, actually, I felt as I was weird. That I was the weird one, because he didn't really accept me. He didn't really paid attention or acknowledged what I was doing and what I was saying and my craziness and my crazy thoughts and all that, you know, like the very abstract way of believing in life and all that. He was just like, no, I'm very rational and I'm not gonna argue with you based on feelings. I'm just gonna argue based on facts. And that was like a no-go for me because so I really get you that sometimes you are just not a match with that person if you don't match in, you know, the stuff that you do, the stuff that you think about, the stuff that you talk about, and how you do it, how you talk about it.
And it's really important. I had the same with my ex-boyfriend. We just didn't match. I had different mindset. He had different mindset, and I can't even imagine how we could live together.
But I think you managed for, how long was it? For 1 year, 2 years? No, 1 year.
With him?
Yeah. That you lived together.
It was actually 9 months.
9 months, yeah.
That's
a pretty long time. Yes.
Months of my life.
Yeah. But it is like that, because if you live with him and then you feel like he was the abusive guy, right? In the sense. Yeah. So then you also don't really feel like you have the freedom or energy or whatever to live your life, right? To go and do what you want.
I didn't have a life.
No.
I was sitting home and doing absolutely nothing. Just taking care of him, helping him to feel better. So, I was so stupid.
That must be really hard.
The present myself would just punch my past myself.
Yeah. I've been... Believe me, I feel the same sometimes. You know, I'm thinking about what I've done in the past or how I reacted to certain things, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. That's so wrong. This was very nice, and we are actually going to make a part 2 of this episode. So stay tuned for next week as well. And thank you, Alexandra, for being here today with me.
Thank you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.